Some schools across the country were disrupted on Friday by groups of people who called for the closure of schools during the country's peak COVID-19 infection period. Let's chat now with the Basic Education Department's spokesperson, Elijah Mhlanga. Thanks so much indeed for joining us, and welcome to the program.
Yes, good afternoon, Peter. Thank you so much for having us again.
Always good to talk to you. So you had your council meeting yesterday, and what came out of that meeting? Is there a good feeling that children can come back to school safely?
Well, overall, there was confidence that the system is slowly getting back on track, albeit in a gradual way, because we are not getting all the learners back to school at the same time. We agreed as a sector together with our stakeholders that we are going to have one grade at a time or so coming back to school. And based on the assessment which was done in that meeting yesterday, it brought a lot of confidence that indeed things are shaping up, except of course for the disruptions that you are talking about.
All right, so have there been anything that has happened that's concerned you with those that have already gone back to school? Is it so far so good that gives you the confidence to move forward with more grades?
Well, so far so good, but working together we could do more that's in that helping us stay safe, especially within school premises. We see our schools implementing the health and safety protocols that we have given them, that being keeping social distancing, washing of hands, sanitizing, and of course making sure that every learner, every teacher, everyone coming into the school premises, they're wearing their mask and that they have been checked for their temperature to establish if they have any symptoms or any indications that could show that they are in trouble with the virus. So all of those things have been followed. We are also working on finding a uniform way of managing COVID-19 cases that happen in schools. But in the majority of the schools, things are going well. I mean, children and the teachers and the adults in the schools are managing. It's an abnormal situation. Everyone is following what is being advised they should do in terms of adhering to those things, but we wish a lot more people could do that, because it is the lack of compliance with the regulations that are really causing problems. But we see that the majority of our learners and our teachers are doing the best that they can to create a safe space for learning and teaching.
So those schools that perhaps don't have running water and facilities to wash hands and things like that, are they still closed? Is it your intention that they stay closed until they're fit for purpose?
Well, from the start, we said that if a school does not meet the requirements insofar as the COVID measures are concerned, that school should not open. But we have seen many schools opening now. I'm not aware of any school which would not have opened because there was no water, unless there was an interruption to the water supply. We have meetings every day to monitor the supply of water to schools that previously did not have any water. But that's work in progress because of the dynamics that are there in communities due to the demand for water. We've seen some of our tankers and carrying water to schools being hijacked and people taking the water, and we sympathize with people because we understand that there's a shortage of water in certain areas, but we hope that people will allow us to get the water supply to the schools that desperately need it, because water is key in the fight against the virus in our schools. Other than that, the few learners, the few grades that are in school are managing, even with spaces that are there, they're able to manage because the entire school is not in use yet. So we are working with the small number that is there, but gradually returning the other learners. And that work is underway. We have meetings with provinces almost on a daily basis to check on their state of readiness for the return of other grades to school. And we believe that we should be able to get the learners as per the Gazette. But of course, the situation is informed by the facts on the ground. That's why we are also part of the system that is monitoring the developments in the communities insofar as the infections are concerned.
All right, but you do understand the anxiety and the concern that many parents have. And on top of this, the department is almost suggesting there's been a politicization of the crisis and that you're not afraid to exercise your options when it comes to dealing with some of these disruptions.
No, Peter, we fully understand the anxiety and the fear, and it's completely understandable. I mean, there are real cases of people who have passed away, others are infected, others is because they were complying, but someone else next to them was not complying, but also because of other situations that people find themselves in. We fully understand and we sympathize with those that are feeling uncomfortable returning their children to school at the moment. It is for that reason that we have availed other options that they can use, such as home education, online learning, and we say that to those that feel they need to bring their children to school, they should do so. And no one should stop them from doing so because they are also exercising their right and they're exercising their option to take their children to school. And we believe schools are safe spaces because that's where there's a management of the movement of people within the school premises. So if you feel that you don't want to take your child to school or your relatives' children to school, feel free to keep them at home, but don't go and take out children from a school who have already been inside the premises after their parents agreed that those children should go to school, because then that becomes a violation of their right to education. It is okay that you can exercise yours to express your displeasure about what is going on, but in doing so, don't interfere with the right of other people. So that is exactly what we are cautioning against, to say, in case you are not aware, the Schools Act, the South African Schools Act, prohibits you from preventing anyone from going to school. It's even more so now in the situation where we are trying to do our best as a department, working together with our stakeholders to have some form of education continuing under these extremely difficult situations.
All right, Mr. Mhlanga, we'll have to leave it there, but thanks very much indeed. And let's hope for the best for our children, those ones particularly returning on Monday. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, that's the spokesperson for the Department of Basic Education, Elijah Mhlanga, talking to us about the next phase of easing children into the schools, and that starts on Monday.